What's going on, guys? Faze Bloo here, and today we're going to be grinding World War II while we talk about today's topic, and that is that Faze has finally recruited another Call of Duty player for sniping, which is Testy. Welcome, Faze Testy. And that technically means that Faze is now recruiting in terms of Call of Duty players and sniping and stuff like that. So this should be exciting news to all of you out there who have been grinding for so long, and if you don't know the history of Faze Clan, then I will go over a short little recap right now. Basically, I joined Faze about 4 years ago, and back then there was just a ladder of clans you could join. It was like Obey, Soar, Faze, something like that. Not directly like that either, so please don't quote me on that or take it too seriously. But it was basically just like you climbed up the ladder of the clans that you wanted to be in, and then ultimately Faze was at the top, and that was just what everybody wanted to be in. But then once the COD started to be less and less great, and people seemed to want COD videos less and less, it was just seen by people in Faze that it wasn't as important to recruit more and more COD players because there wasn't a demand for them, and really wasn't as many people who they thought stood out or something like that. But now here we have World War II, the game that is going to save Call of Duty, and Testy has been grinding for years and years to prove that he deserves Faze, and here he is, now in Faze, because if you work hard enough and you have a goal in mind, there's no way you can't achieve it if you really deserve to get there. So now, this opens up so many players' eyes who have been just kind of grinding halfway, but it seems like things have been going good so far. So I'm sure you saw so many other people make these videos if they're in Faze, like, oh, Faze is recruiting now, you know, is Faze recruiting? And it's basically just us talking about, you know, is Faze recruiting? And we did recruit Testy, and that is a very good sign, but I don't think that officially means that we're just openly recruiting anybody. That is just a very good sign that, hey, if you're good enough, you know, you could just be recruited to Faze. Because coming from me, sniper for Faze Clan, we need more Call of Duty players. We truly do. There's quite a few of my friends who have been grinding hard that I want in, and there's also just quite a few people that I've noticed from, you know, afar that have been grinding really hard for years and years. If you know anybody who you think deserves to be in Faze, now is the time to show them even more support than ever. There's a few people who I think off the top of my head should be in Faze already, and that's, you know, Scope, Fear, Hydrix, and just a few other people as well. But if you're one of those people who really thinks you deserve to be in Faze and people aren't mentioning you as much, this is your time to make yourself known. Take advantage of the fact that people aren't giving you a chance and just shut everybody up. I got in Faze from working every single day, 8 hours a day or more after school, and just playing COD relentlessly, hitting clips, just showing people that I deserve to be in. You guys want to be in Faze? You gotta earn your spot and get our attention somehow, even though that doesn't directly mean just spamming us with tweets and everything. All I'm saying is if you make content good enough that we can't ignore it, then we will see it somehow. So focus on making the best possible things that you can, and then we'll find it eventually. I can't help but talk about how great it was to see the reactions of everybody getting recruited. So if a lot of people start getting recruited again, I really hope we start bringing back that trend of recording the process, because that moment of joining Faze is just literally perfect. I'm sure you guys have seen my reaction, but yeah, you work so hard just to see it come to just that moment where you're in.